From banning bloggers to her boxing match to continually showing her love for Papoose online, Clorenzo is nonstop. Let's talk about it. They 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 talk about it. Welcome back to She Could Talk to Podcast. I'm your host, Gangalee. Hey, and that's Gangalee on all streaming platforms. If you want to check out my music, look for the red glasses, look for the locks. You tell me if I can rock, okay? Okay. But over here on YouTube, on She Could Talk to Podcast, this is where I react to everything. I react to news, sports, crimes, musicians, politicians, YouTubers, TikTokers. If they're talking about it, I'm talking about it, okay? Okay. Well, as you can see, I've been tapering off a bit and doing a weekend review just because, she's been on us content creators. She's been on us content creators, guys. So, I've been giving her a little chill. You know what I'm saying? I know we have the fight coming up next week. I will be covering the fight because that's what I do. I cover stuff, news, sports, crimes, musicians, and politicians. There we go. So I will be covering the boxing match and anything else that comes along the way. There we go. There you go. But anyway, of course, I wanted to do a weekend review, right? Some things it may not be necessarily from this week, but it just may have been stuff that has been popping up in the algorithm this week in regards to Clorenzo. So, without further ado, I just wanted to start off with some of her snippety snaps or Snapchats, as we call them, where she's measuring herself for her outfit for the fight. And I really more so feel is this more gaslighting. I feel like she was more so measuring herself to let us know that she's little in the waist and big. Little in the waist, big in the. You know what I'm saying? Big in the, thick in the hips, little in the waist. I don't know. Y'all keep me honest out there, but she's trying to show us that she's little in the waist and thick in the booty. I guess, right? So So is that LOL, me sending my measurements for my girl Stephanie at Cliche for my dress I want to wear for fight night. So she's getting her dress together for fight night and getting her measurements. So let's get started. Really, really nothing major, but we're gonna get started here.
Hey girl, so we got the measuring tape. I got some sweet stuff on, but so this is I guess this 0. So just start from here and go all the way around. So this is my waist size right here. We are at it's
So boom. Let me see if I can get a better shot.
say 30.
Boom. Right there. So that's her assistant, I guess, right? Do you guys remember when I was saying you can get those 24 karat gold collagen under eye masks, or you can just use nature's original eye mask, which is a cucumber, and put them with a cucumber, unless you tape them to your face or some kind of weird way, you really have to like kind of be relaxed and put them on and like don't move for 20 minutes to an hour for it to really kick in, right? But these gold masks that her assistant has on right here, I don't know if you see my mouse, those work. Those really do work. You're supposed to keep them in the fridge so they stay cool and then put them on for like 20 minutes, right? I don't know if low key she's putting them on, but why? Because I've seen this girl's face and her eyes and everything, and she doesn't have the extreme, under eye baggage like Clarissa does. Why wouldn't both of you be wearing that? Am I reaching? I'm just saying, like, girl to girl moment. Like, girl, I saw you put the mask on. I saw you trying something. Yo, these work. You should try one of these, right? And just give her a pair to try, and then let her take it from there. But she legit has it on. Now I know a lot of people are like, well, Remy wore it. I know. Remy got me wearing it. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? But why wouldn't you extend a pair to her and be like, try it? Try it out. And you don't have to be on camera with it, but try it out because that's crazy that she legit has it on, but we see every bag under Clarissa's eyes when there's no filters.
Mm, Zoom in on the camera so she can see it. Sorry. That is a 33. Just about a 33. A little bit over or under 33.
That's when they say you don't have no friends.
32, 33. That's the waist. And then we go around the butt. I'm gonna start from in the middle. Yeah, that ass fat, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's say 44. So I know I lost a couple inches because let me go to the big part of the butt. Let me go down here. See, that's the part that go out the widest. Let's try that.
The wide part of
Girl,
the
boy,
butt.
it ain't gonna change. It did because it's different part of the butt. Yeah, so around my actual ass is a 45.
So this was earlier in the week, or maybe like latter part of last week, where earlier last week, where was saying that, the excuse me, the bloggers, if they come out to the fight, she has a list of certain bloggers and, facial recognition, and they're going to come and swoop and dupe you and get you up out of the Little Caesar Arena, even if you bought your ticket. So let's get into her talking about that.
Here we go again. Every day, I told y'all I'm gonna start doing more talks where I just talk to the camera or whatever. So, every day, I get up and I just live my life. My life consists of training, dieting, and vlogging, really. Right? Especially around this time. So, the past 8-9 weeks, I've been doing nothing but that. And it's crazy how I've gotten to a point where it's like, I don't just block people on social media like off one platform like Instagram. Like I see you harassing me, harassing me on Instagram. I block you on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, wherever I can find you at. I block you. I block you so you can understand that I don't want you to make videos about me. I don't want you to do nothing about me. I don't want to exist to you.
So, but that's the thing. I kind of feel like you do, because you remind us every day that you're rich, you're famous, Papoose loves you, and you're a celebrity. You're a world 2 times champion, Olympic gold medalist, blah, 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 blah. You can't possibly have all those accolades and don't want us to watch it and react to it, right? That's we kind of help you keep going, you know, in my opinion. So and like right now, honestly, I feel like, to be honest with you, the talk around Clarissa is dying down a little bit because we already see what it is. And honestly, the only one that's really winning out this situation, in my opinion, is Papoose, because he's getting all the jewelry, all the Louis Vuitton jackets, all the accolades. You're saying like, oh, I wouldn't even know how to count and read if I didn't have Papoose. That's how you're making it seem like, oh, if it wasn't for Papoose, I wouldn't have got $8 million that we found out now is $2 million that we found out now that you didn't really get that. you know so but none of to say, because all of that to say is that's what celebrities, like, celebrities are out there, right? But if no one's talking about the celebrities, are they really famous? Right? So you're a celebrity, and you're right. You go live every day, or you post, and you're very vocal and visible daily on social media. Pick social media, any social media, visible. Why wouldn't you think people wouldn't react to you? You know? So I don't think that you should, I actually think that you should take it as what it is, right? Like, you clearly are, you know, doing something if people are talking. But it starts to make you look, I don't know, a little indifferent when you start trying to, like, target people and target people's livelihood. If stuff that these people and content creators are doing that is not messing with your livelihood, if it's not messing with your money, if it's not messing with your relationship, then there should be no reason to block people or to try and do all of that, right? Like, everyone should eat, right? And especially a girl from Flint, Michigan, with humble beginnings, that rose to fame and glory and is super rich above us poor people. You would want to see everyone win, my opinion. But let's continue.
Right? And it's so funny that some of these bloggers and fake bloggers, content creators, they can make hundreds of different videos, but don't none of their videos get no views unless it's about me. If the video about me, they got all these views. So they need me to make money, but they're making videos saying that I ain't shit. Oh, I'm a crash out. I'm just so sad. I'm doing so bad in life. I don't have no good. They saying all this bad stuff, but here they are covering me, making the rumors and lies every single day. Bro, if I've blocked you, because I know that they're going to be on here watching this, screen recording this, who gives a fuck? If I blocked you already on everything, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and you don't like me, why do you keep making videos about me for? It's giving stalker. Y'all are some stalkers. Yes, yes. Y'all some stalkers. And then y'all keep stalking, making the fake videos. I do a damn face mask to go to sleep in and to peel it off in the morning because I wanted to try some new skincare stuff for the for the black that black stuff that be under my eye. And while I'm doing that, of course I knew somebody was gonna screenshot it, whatever. But I'm trying to help y'all get clear skin like me. So I'm gonna try out some shit for y'all. And plus in my camp I can try out whatever the fuck I want to try out. But as I'm trying this out, somebody screen recorded and she made a video and said that I did the skincare mask wrong and I'm just doing this because Pap isn't here and I'm just so sad and this and then it was like, how the fuck did you get that out of me doing a skin mask routine? An overnight mask. How did you, what made you even mention Pap? You know what, this is what I want to say.
Before she gets into her defensive path, um, it's just like, and I would just say, I'm gonna take a stab at it, guys. What I think it is, Clarissa, is when Pap is there, you're super happy, you're super laughing and smiling, and you're less confrontational or argumentative with your fans who tune into your lives and tune into your stories and interact with you daily on social media. It's a different Clarissa. When Papoose is there, even if he's upstairs and you're downstairs on the camera, it's like my babe's here, Pap is here, I'm cooking for my man. It's a different aura or different demeanor, you know? So, people are assuming that maybe it could be potential, discord or, a little bit of frustration of knowing where he's going or how close of proximity he might be to Remy and to his kid, the golden child, when he goes back to New York. That could be something that I could see people are driving home. All right. But let's let her continue.
To anybody who didn't know about me before Pap, because I I had over 1 million followers before I got with Pap or whatever, but it seemed like the bloggers and the haters or whatever, like they really became like invested in me after I got with Pap. How about y'all? If
No.
y'all came because I got with Pap and y'all so mad about us being together, how about y'all just
To be honest with you, I jumped into the group chat around Layla Ali. No, I did jump into the group chat around Layla Ali. Now, I hesitantly gave an opinion or two back in April and maybe May. I know May for sure, and maybe even March of 2025, right? When everything started kind of unraveling with Pap and Remy. And I said words of advice to both of them. I reacted to her fight against Danielle Perkins at the time. And I said, Remy, just leave her alone. If that's what Pap wants to be, let him be over there. Stop with the shenanigans, right? That's what I said to Remy at the time. And then I also said to Clarissa at the time, if you're with Pap and you guys are together, you're in love, just enjoy each other privately until this divorce, is finalized and that kind of blows over, and guess what's going to happen? You be able to solidify and grow your relationship without the noise around it, right? So I feel like that's what's happening. It's not that people hate the fact that you're with Papoose or whatever. It's just like, I guess we all can see it, but maybe not you, Clarissa, that he is still legally married. And I know you say divorce takes time, but trust me, I was married, divorced, and married again. I'm here to tell you, I've been there, had the t-shirt, jewelry, and souvenirs to bring home and write about. Okay? And divorces, as much as they'll like to tell you that, if you really want a divorce, you would make it happen. And I'm just going to leave it like that. You can make it happen to the point that you don't have to include the other person unless there's a lot of assets and children involved. Right? That's when it kind of becomes, all right, we have to come amicably to the table and work this divorce out. So ultimately, at the end of the day, it has to be something that both people, a goal, I should say, that both parties are working towards, the divorce, in order for it to be completed. So I was just saying, me, and I could just speak for me as a content creator. Last year, I was kind of giving advice to both of you, both parties. Remy, leave her alone, go down the road, just chill and do you, which she has done. You don't really see her talking crap about her, throwing shots about Papoose. She actually gave Papoose a good piece of credit when they asked her, like, how's the co-parenting? And she was like, when I call, he comes. So, it is what it is. Nothing more needs to be said, right? She's not proven one way or the other that she's the wife, or she's she's not divorcing him, or she's the better woman. She's just being Remy and winning at life right now, right? But let's get into it in here with Clarissa. I didn't mean to interrupt her with my long-winded to the left, but let's continue.
Go. Like, if you came because you're mad that me and Pap are together and you're making videos about me and stuff, how about you just stop? Yes, go away. I don't want your attention. I don't want you making videos about me. I don't want you talking about me. I don't need you to help me be bigger. You guys do not add to my life or add value to me. I get paid millions whether y'all make fake videos or not. So I'm still getting paid. Actually, if you want to know something, y'all bringing all this attention and stuff to me. People be asking all the time, why they be hating on you so bad? Why they be hating on? So y'all look like some haters too. So y'all fans are starting to like y'all on y'all pages and stuff. Y'all should just stop. Y'all should go find something else to do. Somebody else to talk about. Use somebody else to make your money. And then how piss poor you gotta be that you say I'm not shit, but you're not shit, because if your video was not about me, nobody's watching it.
Well, my videos be all over the place, so sometimes I get good numbers, sometimes I don't. It's the luck of the draw, right? I'm not even here for that, honestly. So if it's like, and I'm just talking about me. So if you're feeling like this is my livelihood and my job, I do this to communicate. It's fun. I like I have fun doing it. And yeah, but is this my bread and butter? No. No, it's not. But like I say before, and I'll say it again, me, even myself, as a content creator, in these YouTube streets, you put your face up, your likeness up, your image up, people have shared my video. People have, screen recorded my videos and put it in their videos. I don't care. The reason why I don't care, because it's bringing more attention and more love this way, and I think you should feel the same way. Good, bad, or indifferent, there's going to make people say, why they hate on Clarissa so much, and go check you out. Well, you know what? Why they say that about Clarissa, and then come over there and see what you say. So in a weird way, content creators can and will redirect traffic your way, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. Now, it is what you do with that traffic when you receive it. Okay? But I've been following you before Papoose. Sidebar, I don't remember seeing 1 million followers anywhere. I'm not being funny because I don't have 1 million followers. You had a nice, decent amount of boxing fans that followed you, and that's fine. That's fine. And then it seems like, I don't know, because to me, I feel like, especially the world of hip hop, and I'm just going to be honest, hip hop is probably the most known that I could think of genre on the internet that pays for bots and views and likes and all that stuff, right? So you see it where, and let me take it back. I'm just gonna say music, because I've seen in recent days where, well, not recent days, but recent months here, where different types of artists from different genres are being exposed because there's a big drop in their numbers because the bots. They've been sweeping through and cleaning out the bots, the fake accounts, the fake likes, you know. So I'm I'm not impressed by numbers ever because I know 90% of numbers are bought, if that makes any sense. You could tell when growth is organic just because that's what I do, my work. So I could tell when growth is organic versus when it's bought, you know? But and I'm saying all that to say is I remember you before the million views. You were doing your quirky dance videos. You were still on TikTok. You were still doing your love couples quizzes with Tony. You know, you were still doing your exercises and your dances into the ring. You still were being you. And to your defense, and I will say that you really aren't doing much that's different. The only thing that's coming out now is that now is a more of a microscope on you because of Remy. Yes, the Remy and the unfinished business with her husband Papoose, and then you inserted right in the middle of it. But then Layla came around. And I know you might be like, oh my God, I'm tired of hearing people talk about Layla, blah, 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 blah. But in my opinion, I think you would have been safe if Layla didn't kick that lid off, right? And when Layla kicked the lid off, and then we start to all look and be like, well, wait a minute. Because Layla Ali never really struck me as a person to start problems or to start shit. I've just never seen it on anything with her. So for her to kick that door open like that with the receipts, the CVS receipts that she had, of course more eyes are going to be on you. Of course more scrutiny is going to be on your relationship with Pap. That's he has a divorce that's not complete. You know, all of those things will come into play because it's you're a public figure. You're on the internet. You know, but me, I can just speak for me. I definitely circled back and became fully, full throttle invested into what's going on here after Layla Ali brought it to our attention. The disrespect, the sneakiness, the weirdness, the rudeness. Then you're like, damn, I didn't even know Clarissa was like that because when I see you do interviews and everything, you're so innocent looking. Like when you got the second gold medal and you was like, I got gold. And you start crying and you're like, thank God. And a lot of people like to joke you and say you were super slow looking in that video right there. I looked at her like, this is an innocent girl, proud and winning and achieving at what she did. So I didn't know all of this was circling under you. But it is kind of bubbling up to the top. Your true personality right now, regardless of whatever you want to say, is bubbling up to the top. Even if there's some people, because every one of us in life will have people that don't like us and we'll have people that like us. And the people that like us may be the people that's privy to seeing the good side of us at certain points in time. But outside of them, the rest of the world might see what we see. I hope I'm making any sense there. Right? But it's not a bashing moment. It's not a bullying moment. And also at the same time, I don't think that you should be trying to block bloggers or content creators from reacting to you because it's just helping you out. It's helping bubble you up. And I know you're like, you don't need it. You don't need it. Okay. I'm going to tell you like this. Someone even said it. When Glorilla and her sister was going back and forth and people was making crazy numbers. I didn't catch the wave on that one, but people were making crazy numbers off of the back and forth with Glorilla and her sister. Guess what happened? That was a moment for you to say, thank God they're not talking about me. But instead you inserted yourself into their drama. Oh, my family would it, and like you told them to leave your family alone. You told us that we're stalking you. We was moving away and looking at Glorilla and Scarface, or whatever her name is. We were taking our conversation over there. And then here you come. So to me, I feel like that is a great indication of you do like to be talked about and you do like the attention on you. But I'm personally hoping that something else comes up so we can all kind of. But anyway, let's continue. Let's continue on. Where we at?
Nobody watching it. So yeah, you should just stop. Oh y'all, I wouldn't name y'all by name, but who cares? Who cares? Some of y'all pages is fake. being ran by a real person, but they fake pages. Y'all won't put a name on it or nobody or nothing. And then when I do
Because
block
then
y'all,
you'll
y'all
be
get mad.
bullying.
But it's like, bro, just go away. I'm trying to tell y'all, leave me alone. I'm not care for y'all attention, for y'all judging. Y'all mad me and Pap together. So what? Go away. Go away, please. Thank you. Don't make another video. Go away.
So random. So on I think it was Instagram, Pap did that 30-year challenge where he showed himself in 1996. I even covered that and said this is he when in 1996 Clarissa was a year old and his daughter was just born. Remember that video? So there was a young man too, probably closer to Clarissa's age, that he was like, 30-year challenge. Look at me in 1996 and look at me in 2026, right? That's what Papoose was highlighting that. And the guy was like, looking at these pictures, especially that first one from 1996, knowing that Clarissa was a year old, just solidifies how corny you are. You a corny old ass N-word. That's what the dude said to him. Now, normally when people disrespect Pap like that, on his stuff, you see mad people running to the oh, you jealous. Like a lot of Clarissa's peoples too running to the rescue, like, oh, you're jealous, you hate it, you did it. I just saw one comment where they was like, why the disrespect, bro? Because that clearly was another person that's probably cheering Pap on. But it's good to see, and I want to give them a clap. It's good to see that a lot of young men, younger than Papoose, closer to Clarissa's age, is seeing it for what it is. Like, you're with a creepy dude. I know Pap may not look old, right? Per se, he may not be like a old, 47 or whatever. He might look still good for his age and all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that he has a daughter your age and he's acting very immature on your dime, it's creepy. It's creepy to me. What makes him any different than R. Kelly? I'll put it like that. All these dudes out here that be chasing these young girls down and doing all this other stuff or whatever like that. What makes him any different? Oh, he's a good guy because he was on Love and Hip Hop with Remy for all this time. And I'm coming to that conclusion now that Remy did a lot to keep that image clean. Because just the choice, like I said it before, just the choice of the next person you got with after you've been in a beautiful relationship with Remy, regardless of how it ended. Okay, it ended, and now you moved on. The next person you get with is Clarissa. Yes, she's another woman with money and success, and you're there everywhere with her, just by her side. But it's very telling. Two reasons why it's telling. Because what do? I know you be on like the radio, Shade 45, and Win Records, whatever. And then it's like, I just feel like he's riding your coattail, baby girl. I know you don't want to hear from me. I'm the YouTube auntie. But he's riding your coattail. And fun fact, he blocked me too. That was my laugh button. Yeah, he blocked me too. But it's okay. Because social media is vast, far, wide, and the waters are deep.
Stop. And lastly, just stop using my name. Stop saying Clarissa Shields. Stop putting it in your caption. Stop using it. Um, Stop. Y'all so obsessed. I just know y'all motherfuckers gotta take it to the fight. All y'all bloggers and all y'all fake bloggers and YouTubers and content creators, I know you motherfuckers got some tickets to the fights.
No.
I know y'all gonna be there. And I want some of y'all to know y'all faces and names is on the ban list. So show up. Come to LCA, please.
Is Detroit popping like that this time of year? I don't know. I honestly never been to Detroit. Never been to Detroit. But is it popping? Like, is that fight is gonna be popping? Is that a thing? And I'm just curious to know, like, is her fights popping? Because it seems like all her fights are at the Little Caesar Arena. So how is it? Like, is it like the biggest draw for the night type of thing? I don't know. I'm curious to see. But I won't be there, baby girl. You don't got to worry about me because I'll be damned. I'm going to pay some money and you're going to try and kick me out. So I ain't supporting and paying no money.
Come to LCA and try to be seen. Come and try to be on the floor. First 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Come and be where all the stars is at.
I thought those were sold out though,
Bro, I
but
can guarantee you get put out. I can guarantee you. Matter of fact, before you make it to your seat. I don't care where you at. It got facial recognition. Some of y'all faces and y'all names has already been given to the people already. And I want y'all to come and buy y'all expensive tickets and try to be seen and try to make a scene when I'm fighting and try to get your footage and while you talking shit. Please do it. You're not even gonna make it in the building. I know you're not.
The irony of life, though. Do you remember I just captured footage, or reacted, I should say, to footage from the Shakur Stevenson fight? In particular, she was behind the guy with the microphone in, like one of the judges or whatever, and she's yelling and she's filming her stuff, talking ish. And then remember, I said she's turned around, so she was like facing the people behind her, filming herself, and then with the boxing match going on behind her, and she's yelling. So she's telling you not to come to her event and do that. But she did that at Shakur Stevenson's event. That's interesting. So it says, stop using my name for y'all stupid ass videos, false rumors. Did just stupid asses buy tickets? Well, you just told us not to buy tickets. So which one is it? Clorenzo, because you said don't use your name, but I know that's your other name and your alter ego. So Clorenzo, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to buy tickets and come and get kicked out, or don't buy tickets? I don't know. I don't know what you want us to do. I'm not buying no ticket because you're not going to kick me out. There you go.
Yes, I sent y'all faces. I sent y'all names. Yes, all y'all bloggers who be harassing people all the time. Yeah, you better send your cousin or somebody to come and do your dirt, because you show up to do it, you're going to get put out. Yeah, we got events all fight week. Please show up to any of those events, please.
Events. Speaking of, let me just go back a bit because she has a bunch of events that she doesn't want us to show up to. But there was a couple of events that you didn't show up to.
Yeah, we got events all fight week. Please show up to any of those events, please.
So, as I do my weekend review, first of all, I want to say shout out to Mama Papoose, or Mama Pap, I'm going to call her. Mama Pap, let me give you a chair there, because she's an Aquarius woman like myself. So I can almost guarantee I know the vibes. Okay. And let me tell you something. Fun fact. My hubby is a Gemini, like Remy. Okay. And we get along well. Now, I'm not saying that Remy and her mother-in-law are besties and they get along. I don't know the dynamics of their relationship at all. But I will say this. My favorite nephew is a Pisces. Literally born on the day Biggie died. Okay? It gets deep. So I understand this dynamic here. I completely understand this dynamic. My Pisces nephew, mom is an Aquarius. Literally born on the same day as his mom. Okay? So, and that's my favorite nephew, and I'm too an Aquarius. Follow me now, guys. Follow me. My nephew, let me tell you, I love him so much, but he also knows when I'm ready, I will chew him the hell out. Okay? He's a good kid. He's a good young man, right? But sometimes you just be like, a little course correction is needed, right? At the same time, I'm very protective of all of my kids. You know what I'm saying? So if I see you trying to play with a girl, like him trying to play with a girl or playing a girl's face or whatever, knowing that he's not really interested, I'm going to reprimand him on that and be like, yo, I know I can't make him not do whatever he's going to do. He's grown, right? But I'll be like, yo, what you doing, man? Like, if you really don't want to rock with her, you should leave her alone. Like, he knows he's going to get that voice of reason from me. Like, I'm 100%, that's my favorite nephew. So that's my kid. I'm 100% always going to rock with him. But I'm going to always let him know when he's right and when he's wrong. Am I making any sense? And that's my nephew. His mom is even worse. I'm actually nicer to him than his mom at times, right? When I say that, I mean like the discipline, because of course that's his mom, right? I'm just the auntie that spoils him. But she's like, look, I don't care. And I'm like, well, why are you doing it? Like, I don't care. You could do it because I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him that tough love that now that as he's an adult, you're like, yo, we tag teamed and raised him, and he's a great young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made it through the woods, and he's a great young man. So all of that to say, I'm just using my family dynamic as an example to say I can almost imagine their relationship his mom and him, and I can almost be a fly in the wall and imagine those Aquarius conversations with that Pisces man. I can almost hear it because we get along well and they love us. So I know Papoose loves his mom. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some things are not going to be done. We're not going to compromise certain things, and that's the family. And that's how the Pisces man thinks. So now all of that to say is, why wasn't she there? So this is like the third holiday now. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, right? Because he was with her. He didn't, right? And then now his mom's birthday, right? And in a weird way, is it just me? But her hair, her makeup, it is giving me Remy. Like, I can see where she was, in better days, she probably had a good time or two with Remy. I can see that. But nonetheless, they both look good. Mama Pap looks great. I think she turned 66 this year. So shout out to her. Let me give her a round of applause. She's beautiful. She looks good. But that's one thing about us, especially when you drink your water, mind your business, that black don't crack. All right? And that could be another thing because we really ain't getting too involved as an Aquarian. Like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. And then I'm going to leave you alone to do what you need to do. And also, as Aquarius, we're friendly. Like, we're very hostess and gracious. And you come to our house, we're cooking food. Like, we're hostess with the mostest. But it's only going to take one time for you to break something, for you to do something crazy. And they already know how I am. Like, you cannot come back. You can't come back. I done told family and friends. They brought somebody over and they did something weird or cringy. Or I just didn't care for their overall demeanor. I kindly tapped my people on the shoulder to say, hey, listen, when you come back, you can't bring them back. They cannot come back. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, I already knew you was going to say that because I know how you are. And I mean, it's just protecting your peace. It's not being a mean person. So I could see, because we're not going to be, unless it's crazy, unless it just gets something crazy happening. It's like, yo, hold on, what's going on here? Then you're going to step up. But for the most part, as Aquarius, we kind of like watch everything play out, not really say too much. And then when it's time and when we formed our decision or our opinions, whoever we need to, convey that to is who we will convey it to. We're not going to do a whole big, massive layout or rollout of, hey, I don't like that girl and whatever the case is. But I'm pretty sure Mama Pap said, whatever she said, allegedly. Now, the fun fact or interesting thing is, will she be at the fight next week? Like, Clarissa didn't come to the Thanksgiving, Christmas, Mama birthday party, but let's see if Mama shows up at the fight, right? Because it could just be that she was busy. And she had her own things to do. But let's see if the support is reciprocated from his family towards her, other than the kids who are benefiting just like him. Let's see. So that's what we're waiting for to see. But overall, I think she looks great. And I think that's where Papoose gets his genes from, like his DNA-wise genes. Because his mama don't look, bad. She looks great for her age. And Papoose looks great for his age. So it kind of all goes hand in hand. But it would have been nice if his, significant other was in the picture, maybe, right? Or, I don't know. But we'll leave that there. But I'm going to go into a few more things, though.
Be public.
So this has been making rounds this week. This was an interview, if I'm not mistaken, she did this interview earlier, 2025. But this particular piece, because what people are doing, and that's the problem, and I think not the problem. I think that's the problem that Clarissa is having with us as content creators and bloggers and anyone who's out here reacting to their scenario and their life right now. I feel like people have the ability to I don't really think that, I don't see a lot of people making up lies or anything. I think people just have the ability to connect the dots, right? And you'd be surprised what line of work people are in or what people are capable of doing to get the information that they need. Short of stalking and doing some violating stuff, right? People can really get what they need as far as information out here. So with you saying on one interview, oh, we, messed around, we were in a private relationship to the next interview, or we was together for a year, next year is going to be 2 years, to another another interview, you're like, oh, we met at the Shakur Stevenson fight in 2020. People are putting together the timelines. So this interview, I think, started going viral this week, at least in my algorithms, because a lot of people was like, wait, hold up. So they really were sneaking around, and she basically confessed it. So let's listen. Let's go back a little bit.
To be public. She did that. Remy did that. And I don't even like saying her name because it's more of a thing of like, I ain't got no smoke with you.
You
What I'm
shouldn't.
saying? Unless you won't smoke with me. But
You cannot have no smoke with the wife of your boyfriend. You just can't. Now, I've been in situations, not as quite as yours, but I've been in situations similar. And there is disdain for the wife because guess what? You're not the wife. Right? But you cannot bring the disrespect or the disdain publicly to her because it's her husband. Regardless if we like it or not. Regardless if we like that he's with you or not. Right? As a woman yourself, I think that you should possibly consider demanding more. Hey, look, I'm not giving you no more meow. I'm not giving you no more until you get the divorce. Show me it's real. I'm not putting no more money into this. I'm not invested in you. I'm not shopping and buying you no more Louis Vuitton bags or jackets or Christian Dior shoes until you show me it's real. Sign that divorce paper. You got to put your foot down. Because my granny used to always say, if a man can have the milk for free, why will he buy the cow? And for my era and time frame, when my grandmother said that to me, I took that as, intercourse, right? Like being physical and intimate with a man. Like if you're intimate with him, he got everything he wants. So he's not gonna, why should he try to marry you and do that, right? And it makes sense. That is the way of thinking it. But then let's add that into Clarissa's and Pap's situation. In addition to the intercourse, in addition to the intimacy, is financial. Because he's in too far into your money. Now, you may say, oh, all the money goes into your account or whatever. But I've literally got people sending me pictures of him standing there supervising you spend $80,000 on him. Allegedly. And I don't think that none of us, I can't speak for them. I can speak for me. I know that I'm not trying to disrespect you, Clarissa. I joke, I troll, I call you Clorenzo, but that's your name. You see what I'm saying? I may have said, Clarence a time or two, but I keep it to Clorenzo because I respect that that's what you call yourself. All right? I might joke and say a little joke here and there. But seriously, we are really, really hoping that you wake up and see it before it's too late. Right now, I don't see nobody calling you a crash out, but you are a boxer. You are very diesel, mamas. So I could see where they're like, yo, she gonna knock the shit out of Pap when she wake up and realize what's going on. That's just what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that they're necessarily saying you crashing out, you're dumb. It's just let him prove to you that he loves you the way you love him. Let him buy you a Louis Vuitton jacket. Let him buy a real one. Let him treat you not with your card or your expense checks or whatever y'all use these days. Am I making sense, guys? Let's continue.
I don't got no smoke with you. But she the one who put out text messages and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pat was together. We were a private relationship since around like August, around that time.
So August of, but I guess she's trying to say 2024, right? That they was in a private relationship since August. This man has been married since how long? And I could tell you that I know I was looking at Remy and Easy the Block Captain sideway around that time. Like, what's going on here? Right? But at the same time, I gave her disdain too. Like, if you ain't, if you, if you broke up and if that's what the case is, divorce. But don't be out here making it, giving mixed signals, not only to your family but to your fans. So I said that to Remy too. Like, I don't like the Easy to Block. I actually don't know, never even liked her at Easy to Block Captain. Honestly, I think that she could have always done better. And I called him the Timu Pap. There you go. However, it goes the same for you, Clarissa. It's like, you got to let him kind of step up and be a man about it. Like, for example, when you agreed to be in a private relationship with him throughout this whole time frame, knowing he had a wife, and even if you felt like, oh, had her own boyfriend and her own stuff going on, but the fact that you still kind of cooperated with him and didn't kind of put your foot down and be like, yo, if you really rock with me, get that divorce, yo, then come back, right? That kind of put the ball in his court to be like, oh, I got this. Whatever I want is what I'm going to get, because she's going to do it, because she clearly is smitten with me. And I got that vibe from him from the drink champs, when he was like, you got the tattoo, and he was like, oh, I'm going to send you the video, Nori, of her professing her love for me. He's like, I needed that. That's ego driven stuff. He didn't say I love her for that. He said, I needed that. You got to. So let's continue.
And I didn't want to be public with another relationship until I knew
You were
it was
in
marriage
a
and it was
relationship.
kids. Yeah. And that's being honest. So once all that came out, he was like, well, God damn. just gonna blow up my damn spot. We was not supposed to be public. Rolling on.
All right. So this young lady has popped up for me on TikTok, and it's older too, but I guess the relevance of what she's saying is why a lot of people said this to me, and it's just been popping up for me on TikTok, right? Now, I think a lot of people, I know that two people said this to me, because it was like, you always refer to the new generations as the new people. And they were like, well, listen to her. She calls them the new supply. She reminds me of you. So that was one thing that one person said. So shout out to you out there, you kids. But it's funny. It's true. Because I said I say the new people. That's the new generation of people that are, they think the new people's thinking is a little bit different at times, right? The new generation. So she calls them the new supply. But let's listen to hear what she has to say. Let's go back a little bit.
Be public. Rolling on TikTok. And let me tell you something. Clarissa Shields is the pick me new supply that's going to get her feelings hurt. So she posted a picture of Papoose talking about some good morning to let me go. So she posted on her story, good morning to my man and my man only. I'm telling y'all, like, one thing about
my man and my man only. But the thing is, I think a lot of us were caught up in the group chat, right? Because if you was hearing the Tasha K's of the world, or the other, bloggers that got a little bit more detail than someone like myself, right? You hear a lot of us saying that Papoose had multiple women, depending on which ones you listen to right now. So people are saying there might be a new child out there. Okay, I did a reaction to a tarot card reader who was super on point. Shout out to Chantel's Empress Tarot. All right, I did a video where I reacted to her, doing a reading on Clarissa Shields. That joint was super on point, but there was a couple of things in there that I had no sense of direction on, where to go with it, right? But as time is unfolding, I think I might have to circle back and react to that tarot card reading, because more things are coming out now that are like, wow, right? For example, the girl Chantel kept on saying, pulling cards, saying it's a blood tie, it's a baby. Maybe she wants to have a baby. The obvious, right? We were all saying, yeah, she wants to have a baby. She says it constantly that she wants to have a baby for Pap, even though lately she hasn't been saying it, right? And then she was like, no, it seemed like it's a baby here, but I don't see her having a baby, right? Now there's rumors, allegedly, I should have worn my shirt, but it's allegedly rumors that there's a questionable baby out there. And I'll leave it at that, right? Um, yeah. So let's continue with what and I'm so horrible. Why I didn't get her name? But shout out to mamas from TikTok. Let's continue right
A lot
here.
of new supplies is they are delusional as hell. Okay, one thing about a hurt man gonna do anything. A hurt man will do
Facts.
anything, and that anything includes boosting the next new supplier's ego and also boosting the rebound person's ego to make them feel good about their position. Okay, a man who truly cares, he's not going to put you in a position where you have to be in competition with another woman. That just doesn't happen. Not a man who has good intentions for you, but her in particular, she is going to show you guys why your ego will always come back and bite you in the ass. And one thing about it is, truth be told, if Remy Ma wanted to go back to Papoose, he would take her, okay? He would take her back and he would drop Clarissa.
I
And that's
agree.
what New Supplies don't understand. New Supplies have to understand that when you're dealing with a lot of narcissists, they will do anything to lock in that new supply at first because their ego is bruised. But
Mm-hmm.
once that ego gets unbruised and they come into reality that they can never get you back, that's when they start treating most new supplies like trash. It's because you have to understand narcissists do not take the blame for their actions. They're going to blame the other person. And my thing is this: if you really have him, Clarissa, why do you have to go on social media and say that this is your man? Why do you have to do the most to prove that this is your man? It's because you know that you don't have him. And you know that the moment that Remy Ma wants her husband back, he's going to go back to her and he's going to drop you. But let me tell y'all something. I believe that this is going to be the fall of her because her fucking ego is too fucking big. First of all, you get on the internet and you try to start stuff with people, literally women who are on a baddie show. You're trying to start women who just fight on a show for money and you're coming for them. That's how you know that she has a severe jealousy issue. She has a severe intimidation issue. Anytime she feels like a woman is better than her, she has to try to come for them. Come for them. That is a personality trait. And I told y'all in my last video the other day, I said that she probably have borderline personality or she's probably a narcissist as well. But let me tell y'all something. Something is going to knock her straight off her high horse. And it's going to be either Remy Ma just going back to her husband just to do it. Because a lot of people do that. I wouldn't even do something like that because at the end of the day, the person knows that I can
Oh,
have them back.
excuse
So I
me.
wouldn't even have to prove no point. Like, I wouldn't even waste my time. But I hope Remy Ma goes back to her husband just to prove to her. I'm telling you, that shit gonna crush her fucking feelings so bad when he do that. And let me tell you, people like her, a man validates them. That's where they get that's where she gets all of her confidence from. A man. We have never heard anything about Clarissa Shields. You know, like I haven't heard anything about her insignificant. But most people, when I read the comments, was like they never heard of her until she started dating Papoose. Maybe they heard of like her in small amounts. But even with you dating a married man and even with you talking about people on other shows, that's the only way you're relevant is by
Mm-hmm.
other things, not even just who you are. But let me
So let me pause it right there real quick also. Like I say all the time, I was a T-Rex fan from I want to say the documentary was on Netflix, right? And I watched that whole documentary play out. I was on the emotional roller coaster. I watched her movie The Fire Inside. I didn't like it. I'm just being honest with you. I feel like that documentary really truly did a good job of capturing the life that she lived, right? And the passion in her behind boxing, the original T-Rex when they was calling her T-Rex. And well, I want to say that was Jason Crutchfield in that movie with her, the manager slash boxer dude, and they were in the gym and she was walking to the gym and she was kind of like, you saw her short arm. To me if you looked at that video, you could see her and Brianna looking more like sisters. Like if you get technical, you be look at them and you be like, I don't see that how they sisters, how they related, whatever. But I can. And then if you see like their mom and their dad, and then you see them, yeah. And then younger, when she was, T-Rex on that documentary and everything, and you see the whole family, girl, I was rooting for her. Like she is going to get it. You could ask my husband. My husband could tell you now, straight up and down. For years, we would watch like Amanda Serrano fight, whoever fight, right? And I'd be like, where's Clarissa? Why Clarissa Shields ain't? What's up with the girl from? What's up with T Rex? And he'd be like, chill, like. Not everybody is in the same weight class. Not because she's a woman, she might be heavier than this one. Like he break it down to me. You know how it is. He break it down to me. But I'd be ready. I used to be ready to fight because Clarissa wasn't the woman fighting on the card. If that makes any sense. Years ago, right? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't know about a Franchon Cruz. I didn't know about a Shadeja Green. I knew about Clarissa Shields from Netflix, from the Olympics, and beyond, right? So I was a fan from day one. But it threw me to the left when when Remy kicked open that door, because I'm a fan from Remy, because I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is what I do. That's where I started out at. I'm not a reality show host. I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? Record label, studio. That's me. That's what I do. Right? This is fun for me, the podcast. So that's my world. Music, rapping, curating, engineering. That's my world. And so I'm well familiar with Remy. That's my world. We're both from the Bronx. That's my girl. I would have never thought to put Remy and Clarissa in the same boat at all for any capacity. In any capacity, excuse me. I would have never put them in the same boat. I would have never put Papoose, a married man, in the same boat with Clarissa at all. You know what I'm saying? Until Remy blew it open. When she kicked that lid off, I was like, wait, what? I'm pretty sure, just like the rest of the world, I was taken aback. Like, I can't even, I don't even see this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding what's happening, right? And then I still was like, nah, I'm a rock with Clarissa on this one, Remy. Like, leave her alone because you was out there easy to block, Captain. This is the beginning, right? And then when the receipts came, you know how I say something would like unlock your level of discernment. So you may not necessarily engage your discernment, but now the doors are open. So anything that comes through has to kind of pass through my door of discernment and out the other door, so I can kind of examine everything with a fine tooth comb type of thing. So Remy kicked the door open for me, the door of discernment open for me. And then Layla just ushered in. And I was like, wow. And then that started to make not only myself, but all of us that were fans or not pay attention. We started to pay attention. Not only to you, but to Papoose too. Because at first I was rocking with Papoose. Like, yeah, Pap, you need to go back to your wife. You need to, because who wants to see another broken home? Coming from a broken home like you did, Clarissa. I remember you said several times that you didn't meet your father until you were like 10, 11 years old. You grew up in a single parent home and, you were subjected to certain things because of your broken home, right? Stuff like that would make me not ever want to break up anyone's home before, during, or after it, right? I would be encouraging the best relationship ever with that man and his child and his ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife or whatever have it, versus trying to slice it up like cake, you know? Because to me, I feel like that's a little bit of projection there too. Like, I didn't have no father in my home, so I don't care about nobody else having a father in their home. Does that make sense? But anyway, I think I rambled to the left. Let's continue with Mama's over
Tell y'all
here.
something. Something's going to happen and it's going to knock her ass straight off of her high horse. It's going to knock her ass straight off of her high horse. I'm telling y'all, something is really wrong with that lady. Something's really wrong with her. And another thing, one thing about Clarissa Shields and a lot of new supplies is a lot of new supplies are simply pawns, okay? They are simply pawns. Because when Remy Ma started talking to that other man, that bruised his ego severely, and especially because she didn't want him back. So he said, I'm going to go get Clarissa, because most times they try to go get the most pick-me woman that's going to do their bidding, okay? They use the new supply to try to get back and hurt the person before it hurt the ex. And let me tell y'all, Kevin Gates is doing this as well. DDG is doing this. Narcissists have the same thing, okay? That's why they are so easy to spot. What they do is, let me tell you what happens. What they do is, they try to get a new supply that's going to be and they pick them perfectly. They try to get the new supply that is so pick-me and that is so low self-esteem to the point that they're going to do their bidding. They're going to be the one to be like, my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, Clarissa Shields, like, my man. They get those type of women to do their bidding because that's the perfect supply. I'm telling you, they are just pawns, okay? They never stay with people like this long term, ever. They simply...
What I said earlier about Papoose when he did the Nori show, the Drink Champs, and he was talking about, I'll send you the video of her tattoo on her breasts, right? And then he was like, oh man, I needed that. That was a boost for his ego. He didn't need that because he a woman he loves is loving him. It's more like, yeah, I got this. I still got it. Boost my ego for a change. You know, I got the tattoos. Now she got a tattoo with me. This is what she's talking about.
Get them to do their bidding. And what happens is when the job to try to hurt their ex or the person before it doesn't work, they start treating them like shit because it's almost like you are here for this exact reason and it's not working. So in
I
their
don't
mind,
need
they're
you.
like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough to hurt my ex for whatever reason. You know, maybe they feel like, okay, I think most times they'll probably be like, well, maybe you just not good enough to hurt her. Like I have to get somebody that's more, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I have to get somebody that's more on her level to try to do it. And I wish Remy Ma wouldn't have responded, but I think her ego is too big, so I wish she wouldn't have responded on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, she was right in what she said. She said something about a person trying to be like me. She knows that Clarissa is trying to be like her. I wouldn't even respond it to be honest, but yeah, that's what they do. And when I'm telling you, when their plan doesn't work, and those, you know, that ego kind of calms down and it's like, okay, well, whatever, and they can't get a reaction out of the person, they start treating that new supply like shit because it's like, you were here for this purpose alone. Just like Brittany Renner hugging on to Kevin Gates like a fucking puppy. She is a pig, okay? He's trying to use he's trying to use Brittany to get back at Drika, okay? And I'm glad she hasn't responded.
And just to kind of go back there, because that lets you know how um kind of old this video is, because remember that girl got with Kevin Gates and went Muslim full throttle, wearing the covering up and everything, right? To now turn around and she's back to normal. She's out and about, and she's not messing with Kevin Gates, right? So he was trying to use her to prove a point. It didn't work. I'm out.
Because one thing about the women who have been with narcissists for a long time, we know them like the back of our hand. We don't have to, you know what I'm saying? We can see shit play out how it is. But the thing about it, the new supplies don't know. So they feel like their position is secure, but you don't know. You're dealing with a person who is childish. You're dealing with a person who has a personality disorder. And I mean, most likely new supplies will eventually end up finding out that person is a narcissist if they continue to be with them long enough. They do find out. But Clarissa Shields, she's going to find out. She's going to find out, okay? That ego is going to get so fucking hurt. And guess what? After that, she's going to be posting nothing else about, she's not going to be posting nothing else all happy, ha, 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell a man boosts her ego. Most of y'all really don't have it in y'all for real. Once y'all get a man, it boosts y'all ego. And let me tell y'all something. The sooner a man knows that he contributes to boosting your ego, is the sooner that he will try to bring your ass down, okay?
Good job. Boosted ego. Speaking of which, why couldn't he have looked like this when they went to the Ring Awards? I mean, I know he wore a $3,000 Louis Vuitton button-down shirt that she bought him. I know, but why couldn't he have wore this Christian Dior suit with the Christian Dior pants, shoes and etc. to the Ring Awards? Because I know he got it in him.
He doesn't owe Cardi.
So now, this is random to the left, but I want you to not listen to or focus on the Cardi B, Stefan Diggs of it all, but focus on what Mace is saying and how this can relate not only to Cardi B and Stefan Diggs, but maybe perhaps to Clarissa and Papoose as well, right? He's talking about there's no way possible you, as a single person, can take stock or value a relationship with a married person, right? So if that person's married, regardless of whatever capacity, and separated, pending divorce, not necessarily pending divorce, because that means that you both signed the paperwork and you're just waiting for it to be finalized. So we're going to leave that one out because we know they're not pending divorce. But everything except pending divorce and divorce, right? They're married, they're together, they're back and forth, they're withdrawing the divorce, putting the divorce on the table again, right? Doing all that stuff. And then you're just like caught in the middle of it, right? Listen to what Mace has to say. Now, he's referring to Stefan Diggs and Cardi B and their breakup, but I'm going to circle back and see if you tell me if I'm reaching. Because what he said, I said, wow, this was well said, but I also could see it applying to Papoose and Clarissa. So let's listen.
Be anything like that.
That's fair.
I mean, when you think about it, she was like, still technically probably married when he got her pregnant. So his idea is like, I mean, how much stock can you put in another married person? Like, if it was a woman, right, and she got a husband, the dude can't really put all his stock into her. I mean,
Look how
can
they look
he?
at.
I take.
I think I said it a little bit wrong because I'm kind of tired this morning. But just think about that. Any person have somebody that they're married to. If it was a young lady and this guy was married to somebody else, she can't put all of her eggs in his basket because she already know he's taken. So I think she kind of overplayed it. There was rumors that it was $1 million party, and just it just
And I want to go back.
any person have somebody.
I want to go back one more time, and you listen to um, what May says. Now, I didn't capture everything because right after this, Cameron agrees with him. And then Cameron proceeds to go into his opinion of the Cardi B and Stefan Diggs situation, right? Which he was basically saying, like, I think it's cap that she was saying that they broke up a whole minute ago when 2 weeks ago she was all screaming they going to the Super Bowl. We've seen it. We've seen all that play out. And I will circle back on that because Stefan Diggs got his own situation in the news this week. And I will be following up on that because if you look on my channel, I follow the court cases too. I do. But anyway, but listen to what Mace says, right? And what I'm saying is very significant coming from a man, right? Because this is a man, a married man. He has his ring on, right? Cam is a single guy, but how single he is, I don't know. I think he has a significant other out there or someone he's spending his nights with, right? But listen to what he says one more time.
Kenny?
I take.
I think I said it a little bit wrong because I'm kind of tired this morning. But just think about that. Any person have somebody that they're married to. If it was a young lady and this guy was married to somebody else, she can't put all of her eggs in his basket because she already know he's taken. So I think she kind of overplayed it. There was rumors that it was $1 million party, and just she invested too much. I think. Sometimes you can't invest too much in people. Not in the beginning. You gotta let people show you that they're worth the investment.
Not in the beginning. You have to let people show you that they're worth the investment, right? And in her mind, in Clarissa's mind, I really feel like last year, when she was so impressed with, oh my goodness, Win Records sold out this Little Caesar Arena and they put the asses in the seat for my fight. Which I don't think they did, baby girl. I think you did. Coupled with maybe the talk of, what was swirling around you, your new relationship and Remy and all that stuff. People are like, well, let's go see if this girl can really fight. I don't know. But you want to you want to give the credit to Papoose, so we'll give the credit to Papoose. Papoose is the one that put the asses in seats for your last fight, right? So, he proved to you that he's a good promoter, maybe a good businessman, right? But him allowing all of the social media stuff to play out the way it did, that Breakfast Club interview around Christmas, because the only thing that I remember about that is what I look like being second place to anyone. Bars on wheels. Bars on wheels out right now. That was his way of saying, girl, you second place and you don't even know it. I'm just saying, allegedly. Right? So some people might be like, oh, whatever. But I'm just saying, those are things that you might want to consider looking into, right? But nonetheless, we are gearing up. Fight week is among us, right? We got about a week left to the fight, until it's fight night. Are you guys content creators, bloggers, Remy supporters? I don't know. Are you going to the fight? Are y'all going out there to the fight? Are you buying it online? Are you buying it pay-per-view, I believe, through the Zone? Are you doing that? Or are you just waiting for highlights to pop up whenever they do? And that's what I would like to know, because she's convinced that there's a lot of haters that are buying tickets to her fights that will be showing up, which I'm like this, F it, show up. Because guess what? You're going to get the front row seat to see me win. That's how I would look at it. But I I don't really think a lot of people are really trying to um hinder her or heckle her, heckle at the fight, you know, distract her. I don't think people are going there to do that. I think people that are going to show up in the building are going to really want to be there, really support you, and really coming out for the fight. Now, if it was in Florida, somewhere warm, I would probably come to the fight, but I'm not doing Detroit right now. It seems like it's cold everywhere except Florida. So I'm going to stay right where I'm at and leave it right there. But anyway, guys, you all join me in the comments and you tell me what y'all think. Do you think that any of this stuff makes sense? In particular, my favorite clip from this week here was the clip that technically didn't really have anything to do with her, was the Mace and Cameron at the end from their podcast, It Is What It Is. And they were talking about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. But in the weird way, I feel like they knew that it could be applicable to other celebrity couples at this moment. Right? And I thought that was a great takeaway from Maze, is to not put too much stock into married people, especially when you're single, when you don't have no kids, and you're rich, full of money, you're young. Don't put no stock in no old people. They done been there and did that. And got the children to, for the souvenir. And that's all I say about it. Like, don't put stock in it. So I agree with Mace there. I thought that was very, very on point. Give him a little chair there. And I'm going to leave it right there. You all join me in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think. Don't meet me there, beat me there, okay? And right now I'm going to hit you with the motto and leave you with the brand. If you like anything I do, tell a friend. If you don't like anything I do, tell a friend. And from my lips to your ears, you know I love you, right? But I need you to love me. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? Then hit the like button. Once you hit that like button, you're going to see a swipe over to the right. Hit the hype button, guys. Hype me up, okay? Hey, hype me up, okay? Hey, hype me up. And then go ahead and join me in the comments and then share it and tell a friend, and tell a friend. And until next time, it's your girl Gongali. It's She Could Talk the Podcast. And I'm out. Peace. They talk about